Well, that's my job.
All right, so what's going on? Launch anyway. So testing. All right, just want to make sure the sound is good. Let me get going on TikTok and we'll get started. Welcome everyone to the live stream, Crypto Boss Andrew. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, make sure if you guys are new, you hit that subscribe button and the like button or the follow button. If you guys are on TikTok, we're streaming both live on TikTok and YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew. And we go live every single Saturday and every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time on Tuesdays and 3 p.m. Central Time on Saturdays. I guess it is 30 minutes late today, but we are still live. So looking at Bitcoin, might give it a few more seconds for a few more people to join because I did just start the live stream on YouTube. But Bitcoin right now is staying around 22.5. We are getting a little bit of a pullback. Finally, the daily chart is starting to get a pullback on the daily RSI. So this is what I've been waiting for, a little bit of a pullback, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can use the 200-day moving average on the daily chart as support. Right now, that is sitting at $19,500 basically, and that is also good support. So the next support to the downside is 21,500. Then I have support at 20,500, and then below that, obviously, you would use a 200-day moving average as support, which is currently just around 19.5, 19.6. So that's kind of what we're looking at short term for Bitcoin. And obviously, you would want to see, to remain bullish, you'd want to see a higher high put in on the daily chart above the last local low on the daily chart was 16.4. So as long as you stay above that, technically on the daily chart, you are still bullish. So 16, as long as you stay above 16.4 on the daily chart and don't close the daily candle below that, you are still technically bullish on the daily chart. Now, I guess it's also pretty bearish, so if you lose the 200-day moving average. So if you lose the 200-day moving average, I would look for the next place of support would be 16,500. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I am expecting a pullback probably to around the 200-day moving average, which, again, would sit around 19.5, 19.6. So I am predicting that would be the next macro level of support. Obviously, you have support 20,500, but I would expect 19.5 to hold as support. If you lose that, then what I would be looking at is to make a double bottom at 16,500. To the upside, if you do want to go for another rally, your next major resistance is $24,550. That's what I'm looking at. But I'm looking at the daily chart and because it's currently down, I am expecting a little bit of a bearish pullback here. So that is what I'm watching out for right now. Let me get Bookmap going, and we can look at where the orders are at on Bitcoin, and we can go from there. So while that is loading, also guys, if you guys have any requests for other coins, let me know and I will look at it. Right now, Bookmap is still continuing to load. Give it about a minute to make sure everything's loaded. All right, so here we go. Right now, make sure you guys can see that on TikTok. Right now, on Bookmap, if you are pretty zoomed in, you can see that there's a few orders, a few buys down here at 22,100. If you keep zooming out, you have a few buys. A few sells up here at 25,000. So if you do go to the upside, that's where you would target. Let's keep zooming out. So it's looking like there's a lot of liquidity up there at 25,000. It's looking like Bookmap is saying that we could still get a move back to $25,000. But if we keep zooming out, yes, you see that up there at 25K, so you could get a move to 25K, but it's also still saying maybe you get a move. So Bookmap is probably saying right now we could still get moved to 25,000, but it's also saying on the macro timeframes, like the long-term outlook, that you still have a lot of buys down here at 15,000. Doesn't mean you go down there, but usually Bitcoin goes to where other liquidity is at, and that is currently down here at 14,000. So you could get moved short-term to 25K, but long-term, I still don't think the bottom's in, partially due to Bookmap, partially due because you have not had an 85% correction from the all-time high Bitcoin, and partially because we have not had the halving yet, and usually after the halving is when Bitcoin's bull run starts. So for those three reasons, I'm still bearish on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. But short-term does not mean you can't get a bear market rally a little bit higher to 25K. So that's kind of where I think we're in right now, is a bear market rally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but that is just kind of what I'm looking at right now and how I see the market. So I have 2 coins for you to give your analysis on. Okay. So I will look at coins now. I'm going to go look at Jasmine while I wait for that request to come in. I'm going to record this. So just for a video outside of this live stream, so the people that don't watch this live stream can watch this. So right now on Jasmine, on the daily time frame, Jasmine did get a move up to 5.9. So since I looked at this last time, the previous high was right here at 5.7 last time we looked at. Now you put in a higher high at 5.9. The resistance remains the same at 0.6 of a penny. The support remains the same at 4.72 to the downside, so basically 4.7. That remains the same. The daily chart is continuing its downward trend. Try to get a move to the upside short term. Didn't last very long, and it's already rolling over. The 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart right now has put in a higher low, but the 4-hour chart could get pinned and you could start dumping. Based on the 4-hour chart right now, you're very close to resistance, and now I would expect the next level of support where you could probably get the bounce is 4.7. So 4.7 is very likely on the table, maybe 47.5. Short term, let's go to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart is pinned. It can't go any lower on the RSI, but you're still not at support. Now, I guess you are sitting right on the 200-day moving average on the 1-hour chart right now, so that could act as maybe some support, but your support level price-wise is 4.7. If we go to the 4-hour chart, you're well above the 200-day moving average, and I think on the daily chart, you're still below it, and I've said that for a while now, is at 6.5, and now since I've looked at it, it's gone down to 6.34. So the lower the price gets or stays below 6.34, slowly the 200-day moving average will come lower and lower, and maybe eventually it will be at 0.6 of a penny. So really 0.6 of a penny is looking to be huge resistance right now. Not only is it it's not only price resistance, but it's also very close to where the 200-day moving average is on the daily chart. So overall, 0.6 of a penny is very, very big support or resistance to the upside. So right now it's looking like you're kind of range bound between 4.7 and 6.6. I think if you break 0.6, Jasmine would have a huge breakout up to the next local high that you had on Jasmine, which was, it was around 1.2 cents, and that was all the way back on around August, beginning and middle of August. You had multiple price points where you couldn't get above that level. Once on the 10th of July, then you had a lower high on the 1st of August, and then you had a double top basically on the 16th of August at 1.2 cents. So if you break 0.6, I'm not saying it's going to go straight to 1.2 cents, but that would be one of the next major resistances. And then, of course, you do have some major resistance at 1 penny, of course, psychological resistance as well. You can see when you dumped from 1 penny, you didn't really get much support until 0.6 of a penny. You also did get very good support at 0.8 of a penny, so I guess that would be the next resistance. So if you break 0.6 of a penny, I'm looking for a move back to 8.2 of a penny, so 82% of a penny. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So that would be a nice move of almost 30% or more if it did break 0.6 of a penny on Jasmine's little. Long term, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, Jasmine, but I think short term, you're going to go pull back to 4.7. So that's a longer version of what I'm looking for right now. If at 4.7 you put in a higher low on the RSI, which you probably will do, I would look for a retest of the resistance at 0.6 of a penny, and if you break that, then like I said, the next resistance is 0.83. With that being said, guys, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this video, appreciate if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, so now I will take requests. I can post that video after this live stream is over. It's longer than I wanted it to be, but it's okay. So, yep, we just did Jasmine. Let me see what the requests are. One Earth is about to pop. So XRP3L. Which is the same thing as XRP, but okay, I can look at, because I hope you understand, when you look at XRP, it's the same as looking at XRP3L. You just have to know that the prices are different, but the price structure is the same, because hopefully that makes sense. But we'll look at XRP3L. I guess we'll use the Gate.io chart for XRP. So right now the 200-day moving average is way up here at 4.5 cents. It's rolling over. Did it make a higher high? Yes. So that's bullish on the daily chart for that reason. I mean, short term it's not bullish on the daily chart, but on the long term outlook, it did make a higher high, so that is a good sign. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, when you do have this correction, you want to make sure you hold 2.4 cents. As long as you do that, you're still bullish. And that will keep you above the 200-day moving average as well. So as long as you stay above 2.4 cents when this 4-hour chart resets on XRP, you're still bullish. 1-hour chart can't go any lower. It almost looks like that's kind of like a rounded top, and rounded tops they're not bullish at all. It's really bearish. Actually, we can get kind of a rounded top. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. That means the price will go up. Rounded tops are the exact opposite. It's very bearish. So short term, the 1-hour chart is bearish. If you want to stay above the 200-day moving chart average on the 1-hour chart, you have to stay above 2.7 cents. 1-hour chart is oversold. It can't really go much lower, but then you have the 4-hour chart dumping on the 1-hour chart, and then on top of that, the daily chart will only dump on the 4-hour chart. So overall, I'm expecting a move down, and probably I'm not saying you're going to lose 2.4 cents, but I don't think you're going to hold 2.7. We'll see what happens, though, on XRP. If you want to remain bullish short term, you cannot lose 2.7 cents. So long term, based on the daily chart, I'm expecting a pullback, as I am expecting a pullback in a lot of altcoins and coins in general. Even Bitcoin looks bearish right now on the daily chart. We're just way overbought. So I'm expecting a correction on XRP. If you want to remain bullish, though, you can't lose 2.7 cents on the 1-hour chart, and for the 4-hour chart, you can't lose 2.4 cents. That is XRP. The other request was One Earth, which is on KuCoin. So One Earth, I haven't looked at in a while. Daily chart is very low. It's actually probably one of the few altcoins that has a very low daily, so it could be something to look at. The 4-hour chart, though, is in a downtrend. You made a lower high, so that's bearish, and you probably don't want to buy against the trend. And if the trend's down, why would you want to buy? 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart kind of made a higher low, so that's a good sign, but it's still struggling quite a bit. It's kind of in a very small uptrend, but now if you want to be bullish, you have to break 0.0043 for a higher high. So that's what you got to do. If you don't break the 4.3 level, you're not really bullish on One Earth, even on the 1-hour chart. So that's what you have to break on One Earth is 0.0043. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now for One Earth. It's pretty simple. I think it's a low liquidity coin, so just be careful on that. Gary wants me to look at Gala now, and Alex wants me to look at Elon 1 launch March 10th. They're launching Elon 1 March 10th. What are they launching March 10th? What are they launching March 10th? Might have to look into that. But looking at Gala right now on the daily chart, if you could give me more information, though, on Elon, well, I appreciate it. So Gala right now on the daily chart, as long as you stay above the 200-day moving average on the daily chart, above 4 cents, you're pretty golden. And right now you're at 4.7 cents. The 4-hour chart right now, and the RSI was low. The RSI is also low on the 4-hour chart, making a higher low right now, it seems like. And so now when you get the rally back up, you want to see a move above 5.7 cents to remain in the upward trajectory. What I don't like short term is you just lost the 200-day moving average on the 1-hour chart. That's not a good sign. And also looks like you're making a lower low on the 1-hour chart. So 1-hour chart is bearish. 4-hour chart and daily chart are still bullish, but if the 1-hour chart dumps, it could eventually bring the 4-hour chart down. So be careful. Gala could also be on the verge. I mean, because the RSI is low on the daily, I'm still not going to say that we're going to have much of a correction. We'll see what happens. But daily chart is actually getting ready for another move up, even though it really hasn't gone down very much. So as long as the daily chart stays above 4 cents, I would say that Gala is probably not going to get much of a correction lower. So as long as you stay above 4 cents, you're still going. If you lose 4 cents, you could see a nice dump much, much lower. So that's it for Gala. I guess if you were to get the dump, you could fall all the way. 1.6 cents isn't realistic. Although you went from 1.5 cents all the way straight to 4 cents, so that actually could be a realistic support level. You definitely have some support at 2.4, so I would expect that to be a bounce point. But if you lose 4 cents, then 2.4 cents is probably the next stop. If you lose 2.4 cents, I would actually say 1.5 is the next stop after that. So that's what you look at for Gala right now. Yeah, so we can go look at Elon one. No problem. Hopefully, are you in the money right now? I would like to know that. I haven't looked at Elon one, just gave up on it because I don't know what they're doing with it. But that's awesome if they're doing something with it. If they're actually going to launch 2 years later. Um, yeah, let me. Hopefully, you're in the money right now. But what did I just do? Um, I don't know what just happened. I'm sorry. Hopefully, we're still live. I think I accidentally closed the wrong tab. Um, but anyways, hopefully you're still in the money right now on Elon one. I don't know, but I know it's down quite a bit from the all-time high. So let me know. But anyways, that's what I wanted to look at. You've got to be kidding me, Mike. So I'm back. I don't know what happened on TikTok either. Let me know if there's any other requests on TikTok. Appreciate the follow, Jared. Where do you see Ethereum in the upcoming 2 to 3 months? I think this is bear market rally, so I think we're going to go lower. We'll go over to Ethereum right now and look at it really quick. So Ethereum, your next support to the downside below 1540, which you're literally at a support right now, probably about to break it, although the daily chart is actually low. So daily chart might be putting in a higher low here. In fact, it is putting in a higher low. So if you hold 1540, great. To the upside, your resistance is 1607. If you don't hold 1540, you could get a capitulation, even though it's oversold, to 1318. The fact we're putting in a higher low, though, is pretty bullish to me. The daily chart on Bitcoin is completely still overbought, unlike Ethereum. So actually, Ethereum to me looks way more bullish than the Bitcoin, meaning maybe Bitcoin meaning Ethereum could actually go for another rally while Bitcoin goes sideways. So that means altcoin dominance is going up. While that means altcoins could actually go for a run here pretty soon. And I know some have done very well over the last few days, but Ethereum. The next 2 to 3 months, even though you're putting in a higher low, I'm still not sold on Bitcoin, meaning that Ethereum could go on a run here. But if you're asking for 2 to 3 months out, that's a long ways. If you're looking out for the next week, I do actually expect to move up based on the daily chart being oversold right now or nearly oversold. But if you're looking 2 to 3 months out, I would say it's probably going to be around these prices. You're probably going to have a nice pump up and then come back down. So probably around $2,000 in the next 2 to 3 months. But it's just hard to guess, hard to see out into the future. If you're going to ask me for the rest of 2023, I don't expect it to really make a new all-time high. I would expect that sometime in 2024. That's my very rough guess on that. But, yeah. So I appreciate the follow, Rick. If there's any other requests, let me know, and I will look at them. Otherwise, our next time our next time that I will be live will be Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you guys join the Telegram group. I announce when we go live in there as well. The link to join that is in the description. And yeah. So if there's I'll do one more request before I get on out of here. Otherwise, to wrap up on Bitcoin, like I said, Ethereum, the daily chart's oversold almost, but the daily chart for Bitcoin is just getting started on the dump. Meaning I am looking for lower prices on Bitcoin as low as 19,500 is still being bullish. If you lose the 200-day moving average, I'm actually expecting to dump all the way down to 16.5 where you have a local low. But right now, to me, Bitcoin is getting at least, in my humble opinion, I could be wrong, dumped to 21.5, bare minimum, because the daily chart is still overbought. So that's what I'm looking at short term for Bitcoin. I'm predicting a dump will happen on Bitcoin, meaning that could give the alts a chance to run depending on how hard Bitcoin dumps. If Bitcoin just goes sideways from 21.5 to 20 to 0.25. If it just goes sideways for the next month, that would give alts a chance to run. If Bitcoin dumps all the way to 19.5 or even lower to 16.5, I would actually say alts will continue to bleed out and get destroyed. But it all depends on how far Bitcoin goes down and how fast it falls as you get this short-term correction. So that's what I'm looking at right now. With that being said, guys, I don't see another request, so I'm going to actually end the YouTube live stream. I'm going to post that Jasmine video. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate if you like, subscribe. I'll be back live Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Have a great week. And I'll have to look into that Elon 1 thing. So, so that's my opinion.